if the Amish follow the Bible so strictly, why don't they spread the gospel to other people? Well, what you have to realize about the Amish is that they're an Anabaptist religion. The Anabaptists were heavily persecuted for their religion and tortured, executed. From 1527 until 1614, thousands of them lost their lives due to not giving up their faith, their Anabaptist religion. In 1693, when the Amish were founded, they did not want to be of the world. They didn't want to have anything to do with politics, with war, with violence. Basically, their plan was to stay to themselves and have faith that the Lord will provide. The Lord will keep them safe. And that's what they have done all these years. They're not trying to change other people from their religion because they faced that for hundreds of years. That's the last thing they would want to do to somebody else, is go to convert somebody. Now, if somebody would come to them and have questions, they would talk to you about it. But they will not actively go out and seek somebody out to try to make them think that they are in the wrong religion. Or if they do, they're not in the true Amish spirit. So that is why the Amish don't generally do missionary work, anything like that. There are some Mennonites, I guess, that do, but mostly it is not to other Christian religions, if that makes sense. And the Amish don't believe in flying or any kind of modern transportation for the most part. Although there are a lot of them that do that now. I have a sister who lives in an old order community who is allowed to fly in her community. They live in Colorado. And they are allowed to fly because they live so far away from everybody. So times they sure are changing. But for the most part, since the Anabaptists and the Amish were founded, their history is full of people trying to convert them. So that's, I think, one of the main reasons why the Amish don't do missionary work. Thank you. That was a very good question. Wie geht's? So I wanted to talk about the reason the Amish hold church services in their homes. It was a tradition for the Anabaptists since they were persecuted for their faith by the Protestants and the Catholics, and a lot of them were executed by drownings, beheadings, and burning at the stake. So they had church services in their own homes so that the authorities would not know where to go to look for said church service. After the Amish came to America in the mid-1700s, there was a lot of settlers here that didn't have any churches close by. So it was not uncommon for other settlers to join in with the Amish. Back then, there was no technology difference. There was just a few clothing rules and a few rules like being a pacifist that set them apart. The rest of the world has moved on, and the Amish are still back there in the 1750s. Thank you. Have a good night.